Okay, so we have this standing lamp here that needs a new cord. Now, one of the first things you're going to want to do is check the gauge of the cord. Now, if you take a look at the cord, there should be some fine print on the cord that kind of shows you what the gauge is. This one is 18 gauge cord. So as you can see here, we've got some pretty significant damage from somebody chewing on the cord, I would say. That was probably either a cat or a dog, almost turned into a Christmas vacation. So one other thing I forgot to mention is you should take your lamp and kind of stand it up and lay the cord out on the floor and then measure your cord to make sure when you buy a new cord, you're getting enough cord. This is a standing lamp, so the cord's going to be a little bit longer than a standard lamp. So we need to get this felt bottom off of this lamp, and that is usually going to be a challenge to get it off without ripping it up. It's on the bottom. It might just get ripped up, What can you do? Best bet that I have found so far is to take a screwdriver and kind of poke a hole in one corner, and then you can use that to kind of work. You kind of hold behind here like so. Just kind of need to work it out like that. Patience, that's the key. Try not to tear it up, but just do the best you can, It might get torn. And you don't have to take the whole thing off. Just enough to get so that you can get in there with the cord. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this. If you're finding any value in this video, please subscribe to this channel. I come out with videos like this as often as I can. All right, so I went ahead and peeled it down far enough so that you could see what I'm doing. And this is why we had to do that, because we got to get to the middle right there to get the cord out. All right, so we just need to undo this switch right here. And usually, let's get the harpoon out of the way. Just all you got to do is squeeze, and that comes right out. Let's just unscrew it right here. Right? And then pull this out. Feed some cord through from the bottom. And as you can see, this one is going to be a challenge. Not really. If you notice, there's no screws, so just undo that from the hole down. And these things have just a little gap right here. If you notice right here, you need a little tool that can poke in there, something really skinny and pretty strong, and just poke your tool, kind of push the wire, should come out, like so. All right. Do the other side, push, and lift. That's it. Wire comes right out. Now, we just have to pull it out from the bottom. Notice this one didn't have a knot inside here. Now, that's because we had these hold downs right here. All right. If you're using a regular switch socket that has the screws, you'll probably want to tie a knot in your wire. So before you pull your old wire out, it would be helpful to kind of twist the ends together like this, and I tied a string, inside the loop right here so that it will pull that string through. So I'm going to go on the other end of the lamp and pull that right through. All right, so that's it. Now I've got a string in here, which will make it much easier for me to pull the new cord up through there. Okay, so I've got my lamp flipped back around again. Now I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I've got my string through the middle of the lamp here. So I went ahead and twisted the wires together like so. And then I'm going to tie the string through the loop right here. All right, like so, right? But instead of trying to feed it through the tube like this, because this is going to snag on who knows what's up in there, I got a piece of heat shrink right here that we're going to put over the end. We'll just shrink that down. Now, obviously, you'll want to have your cord already pre-threaded through this other hole right here in the lamp if yours has one of these. All right, let's give it a try. Now, if you get hung up on something in there, just try moving it kind of back and forth a little bit. Try to make it past. It's hung up there. Try not to pull so hard you're going to break your string. All right, we got it through the other end. So let's go ahead and take up our slack right here. We'll worry about this later. All right, so if your lamp switch is like this one where it doesn't have any screws, you may notice that there's a plus here and a minus over here. Now, obviously, this is AC, and there's not really a plus and a minus because it's AC. But the plus just indicates that it's the hot side. Now, if you have one of the older switches with the screws, your brass screw is going to be your hot, and your silver screw is going to be the neutral. One other thing to note right here is on your wire, you'll notice a groove on one side, kind of like some ribs, and the other side is smooth. Now, that grooved side is going to be your neutral side, okay? And the other side doesn't have those ribs, and that's your hot. Obviously, I've already taken the string off of this. Now, these wires are tinned, right? I did that with a soldering iron. If you don't have a way to do that, you're probably better off using a switch that has the screws, because tinning that makes that wire stiff enough so I can push it down through. All right, so I've got my ribbed wire, going to push it into the negative side. And that's it. Just put the wires back underneath these hold downs. Just like so. And then we'll go ahead and pull a little bit of the cable from the other side. And screw our top back on. And that's it. Now, if you push that wire down into there and it doesn't feel like it's gripping good and it wants to pull back out, then don't use that switch. That switch is junk. If that happens, go to the store and get one of these. It's got the screws on there, and just put that in there, because you don't want an intermittent connection in there. It's not going to be good. Okay? All right, so I just glued the bottom felt back on with some hot glue. No problem there. Got a 3-way switch here. Everything's working like a champ. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful for you. Thanks for watching.